You guys are freaking amazing. Tom Syndicate, as I reported on in the video before, um, he makes great videos. We all know that. If you're a fan of Syndicate or if you're not, please, keep supporting Tom. Tom's awesome. He does a great job, and I feel really inspired to be able to even get him to reply to one of my videos. Um, and then the response from you guys is incredible. He really does have the most loyal fans, and aside from a few people who will not be mentioned on this video, well, I might mention Extreme. Extreme, you're you're amazing. I mean, someone with that much vigor and wanting to troll, you can troll me all you want because I mean it's crazy like that. But literally, I mean, the response that you guys have given me, I've had some really good comments. I've been trying to reply back to everybody, uh, but I mean, it's like Tom posted that, right, and within 15 minutes, I had 100 emails sent to me, and it's been nonstop. It's like every 5, 10 minutes, I'm getting new emails about people subscribing to this channel, and uh, I think it's awesome. I really appreciate you guys seeing what I'm able to bring to the table. I want to do more. I'm not anywhere close to the proficiency and the excellence that the syndicate programs are, but who knows what the future holds. I do like commentating. I do like to give my opinion because I feel that I'm at an age now to where I can be relevant to both the younger generation as a parent or as a mentor, and to the older generation to be someone who has seen why they've gotten to where they are and how to avoid that from happening to other people if it's in a bad situation, or being able to duplicate it in the good situations for myself and other people. So, thank you so much for all your great comments. I mean, you guys are just fantastic. I mean, I love the way that you guys are able to just sit back and just talk to me, and hopefully you guys will engage with one another because that's really what I did this for. Was not so much to praise Tom and his excellence and what he was able to accomplish, but it was more so that more people would do what I do and leave video responses because that's what YouTube's based on. It's not just sitting there and leaving comments to people. I mean, it's nice to sit there and have comments given to you and you be able to comment back on a quick little note. And that's awesome. But the whole purpose behind YouTube is for people to interact in a visual media, which is what we're trying to do right now. And I work for a company that is based on that. And what we do is we take people's channels and we help them grow so that they can, hopefully support themselves on what they're doing creatively on YouTube. Um, I've worked with a company named TGN, and they're really good friends of mine. I currently work for Viso. And yeah, we may be competition to Machinima, but Machinima and IGN, they're great channels. They put out awesome content, and I'm a fan of a lot of their stuff. So I mean, there's room for everybody out here. The YouTube is huge. It's worldwide, and everybody has an opportunity. And I mean, I just recently got promoted, I guess, on YouTube to where I can have videos that are over 15 minutes, and I guess that's a pretty big honor. I really don't know. I mean, I try to keep my videos as low as possible so that you guys aren't sitting there taxed and having to listen to me ramble about shit all the time. But look, the response that I've gotten from you guys is awesome. I appreciate it. Please, do the normal things if you want. I'm not going to ever ask anybody to like my video or favorite my video unless they want to. All right, I don't have to put it out there. I know I'm not going to, you know, to try to incentives, to make this a business for myself. I mean, if it happens to go that way, and I get enough support from fans like you that want to see more of me and want to know what I'm thinking on certain things, please leave comments and video responses so that I can put those, to use. Um, I guess you could just say that I've got a lot to talk about, I mean, I've been around the block. Um, People obviously can tell that I've got a large body, um, but I also have a very solid mind and a deep moral character. As far as people saying that I'm lying about certain things, I don't lie. I'm very honest, to the point, and I will tell you that every time. It's just the way I am. You can ask my kids. My kids don't get the best things in the world because I'm not making a ton of money, but whatever I do make, I make sure that they're taken care of first. Um, that's just the type of parent I am. I was raised that way. My parents always put us kids first, and it was sad to see in a lot of cases that now that my parents are older and I don't have the means right now to support them 100%. I wish I did. I wish I could just take them on and support them and pay for everything that they need. But I'm not at that place yet. Hopefully someday I will be. My mom and dad are still together, 40 plus years married. They are a testament to what loving people should be like. They are an example that I definitely want to strive to be like. And I guess I'm lucky because I mean, there's a lot of people out there that have single parent households or come from separated families, and it's tough. Um, Me personally, I have two children that I'm not with the lady anymore, but I met my wife, and we've decided to amalgamate our two families and do the best we can. I love her very much, and she's an awesome lady, and she supports me in whatever I do, and I support her in whatever she does. And it's a common respect that really binds us together. So, tangents. No, this video is about you guys. This is about the people that are sitting there commenting right now. I mean, my email is filling up as I'm making this video, and I couldn't ever expect any kind of response like this. I really appreciate it, and it's just overwhelming at times to think that there's that many people that are actually now looking at my videos. Some of them are crap. I mean, I don't have a lot of experience doing this, but I get better with every time that I make one. I don't edit them; they're just what they are. It's like my mind just being spewed onto the internet, which I'm sorry at times that it just probably shouldn't be, but whatever. I just I find this opportunity. Uh, I feel honored to be able to do this. I feel captivated by the responses that you guys are leaving. It's just phenomenal. Um, Even my trolls. I love my trolls. And then, the way I explain it to one of them is like every time you comment on me, it just makes me that much more popular. It's like I get that many more people supporting me. And I know I have a weight problem. I saw the doctor the other day, and yeah, my weight is way higher than it should be. I had one person actually call me a liar, which that kind of struck a chord with me because, like I said, I do not lie. I just refuse to lie. Um, I'm the type of person that believes that hate, the word hate, has more power than the word, well, the F word. I'm not going to cuss because there might be some minors watching this. Um, but I mean, the F word is just the F word. All right, it's used to describe something. It's used to relate to something that's either messed up or it's an expletive just to be there and accentuate something that you don't agree with, or maybe it's just part of your vernacular. Fine, but hate, the word hate, H-A-T-E, H-A-T-E is like, I mean, look what that word has done in history. People hating other people, people not relating to one another because they hate something about somebody, be it physical, mental, religious, political. I mean, hate is one of the biggest killers in history. Just because somebody doesn't like something about somebody else, just because somebody can't accept the fact that somebody's living differently than themselves. I mean, think about this. I think that more people have died in history in a belief that they hate something so much that they have to, fight against it. Now, it can be good. People hate slavery, all right? Hating something that's bad is basically taking like, two negatives and making it a positive. You can hate things that are inherently evil because you don't want them to be evil, you want them to be good. But for people to hate people for their sexual preference, I could care less if you're gay. All right, I have many friends that are gay, and they're very close friends of mine. It's not going to make me gay. It's not going to make me homosexual. All right, and if that's the way they want, that's what makes them happy, and they're a friend of mine. Why wouldn't I want them to be happy? They're my friends. I want all my friends to be happy. You know, um, I don't care what religion you are, as long as you're not, you know, taking your religion and trying to shove it down my throat or my friend's throat, or your religion is one that is so close-minded that you hate. I mean, why would you hate anybody if you're coming from a religious order? The whole purpose of religion is acceptance. The whole purpose of religion is community, is growing a community and finding a way to coexist with one another. To say you're a certain religion and you hate this about this person goes against all the principles of even having a religious base. Your faith in something that's strong, I can guarantee you that the entity or the deity that you're basing your religion on would never want you to hate anyone. It makes zero sense to hate people. Well, I hate people that commit abortion. You know what? Any man that goes out there and says that this girl shouldn't have an abortion, how can you even fathom even making an opinion on this? You're not a woman, all right? And for the women out there, all right, that have been lucky enough to keep their children, have been lucky enough to have a support system, have been lucky enough not to make that mistake, all right? But to condemn someone, all right, to having a child that they don't want. Now, I do believe that if they go past a certain time and that child is actually able to exist, that they should find other means to relinquish their rights as a parent if they don't want to be a parent and give that child up to someone who can. All right, there are plenty of people out there that want children that are unwanted. The best thing you can do is keep your fucking legs shut. All right, I dropped an F-bomb, I'm sorry. But keep your legs shut, people. Guys, don't sling your dick. All right, don't pull it out. It's not that important, okay? Self-gratification in that manner will satisfy your need at the time. If you cannot wait to get home and tug one off, please don't make the mistake of having unprotected sex. Do not put yourself or that person you're having sex with in a position to where they have to make decisions that are going to affect their lives forever. Forever. And that's a mighty long time. You see how things just kind of roll? You see how the conversation just kind of takes its own shape? This is what I love about this format. I can just sit down and I start talking about stuff, and it just goes from one subject to the next subject to the next subject. That's just how I am. My mind is a mile a minute. I try to stay as as concise and you know to my moral code as I can. I'm never going to be one to not to pull the wool over anyone's eyes. I'm not going to sit there and tell you one thing and then believe another. What you get is what you see on the screen. I am 100% genuine about everything that I say. If I'm wrong, I'll admit it. If I make a mistake and report on something or tell you something that is blatantly just wrong, it's not that I'm lying, it's just that maybe I was misinformed. I will come back on the next video and say, you know what, I fucked up, I'm sorry. This is not true. what I said was mistaken. And that's all I can do. That's all I can do is try to rectify the situation as best I can. Um, the other thing I love about YouTube is that I'm not bound by any one person. I am just me. All right. I'm gonna say what I feel is right. Um, I'm gonna apologize for what I've messed up on, like I said, and I'm gonna also point out the things that I don't like. But the one thing that I'm gonna say is that I will never hate anyone. I mean, that guy that was in the Aurora shooting, I can't say that I hate him because I don't know him. Do I hate what he did? Yes. Do I hate what he's put our country through? Yes. But do I hate the person? No. I actually feel very sorry for this kid that whatever happened in his life drove him down this road. What what checkpoints in his life did he drive through? Nobody stopped him, mentally or emotionally to get him to drive himself to that point. It's amazing to me. It could have been as simple as somebody on the bus maybe saying a kind word to this kid, and he would have not done it. It's just that easy. It could have been the fact that he was supposed to be picked up as a kid and for some reason didn't. Who knows? But obviously, somewhere in his mental makeup, between the time he was born and the time that he ended up committing this act, something was left out. Something was missed. Something put him on that path. Now, we don't know where it is. We can speculate. We can go back in his history and try to, you know, dramatize the whole situation and figure it out. But that's not up to us. All right? All we can do is put him before the judge and jury as he should be, and let the laws of the state of Colorado dictate what happens to this young individual. To the victims, sorry about that. To the victims, I feel so sorry for you. All the people that were injured, all the people that had died, all the families that have people that were injured or died in this ordeal. Please don't dwell on the negative. I know it's so easy to point fingers and want this guy to just go away, but that's not going to help you right now. What's going to help you right now is to grieve your losses. Take the time to find help if you need it. Um, Talk to people. Talk to your ministers. Talk to your friends. Let people know how you feel. Don't keep it bottled up inside of you. Get on YouTube. We have a great nation out here that would help you heal. All right? People lose people every day. The only difference between what happened in Aurora and what happens every day is that the Aurora got more press. I hate to say it that way, but more people are they know about the Aurora shooting than some shooting that just happened in L.A. down in the hood, or in Chicago, or in New York, because it wasn't reported on. But all of them, all of the loss of life, all of the injuries that were occurred, all the victims that have suffered through violence and hatred and whatever other means may come, they are all equally sad. They all deserve our time and our ability to try to resolve this issue. I mean, and has to be resolved in earnest. This has to be done now. It doesn't need to be taken another 20 years to figure out that certain things have to be regulated in this country to protect people. Now, unfortunately, the 1% is affecting the 99%. But you know what? If we don't protect just even the 1 to 10% that are being affected, because we make up the majority, what does that say about us? The people that weren't directly affected by this. What does it say about us because we're not supporting those people who need the support right now? I mean, honestly, it just, I just want the world to be a better place. I just want people to understand that we're all here together to do something. Something more than just existing. That's what's really sad, is that there's so many people out there that are just existing day to day, barely making it, and you know, either they lack the guidance or they have just given up. But why? Why have they given up? Why aren't they fighting still? I mean, I 3 years ago, and I don't like telling this story, but it is the truth. Um, 3 years ago, due to circumstances that my wife and I had made, our family ended up homeless. We were living in the woods in a trailer on somebody's property. The only running water we had was through a hose that we brought down from the barn into the woods. We lived in a tent. Luckily, the weather was decent. But we spent, about 100 days in the woods, and still struggled to find work and to get back on our feet. And I mean, you know how hard it is to try to like get a job and wake up in the morning in a tent and try to get to work and then come back home in the dark to a campsite after you're tired. It was incredibly hard. Luckily, we had things in the system that we had support people here in Washington State that helped us. We went through the proper channels. We were lucky enough to find space in a shelter after that first 100 days. We were lucky enough to find people that helped us with our animals who were living with us out in the woods, and be able to get them boarding for the time that we were in the shelter, because they weren't going to let us have our animals there. Um, it's just, to go from the lowest of the low and to stay positive and to move forward was a huge opportunity for me to grow. I had to look at it that, how much worse could it get? I mean, my truck could break down. That would really have been bad, but it didn't. It survived. Um, to go from living in a shelter for 90 days, being able to save up that money and put it towards a down payment, and finding a house that was within our means, to find work that gave us the opportunity to get into a home. I mean, these are all things that we really had to work for, like now. It's not like, well, I'm thinking about changing a job. No, I needed a job like yesterday. I mean, I was so far in debt. I made mistakes, and I had to pay for them. And not only did I have to pay for them, but all my kids had to pay for them. My animals had to pay for them. And it's just because I made poor decisions. The good thing that came out of this is that I'm a stronger person for what I had to endure. My family's a stronger unit for what we had to endure together. You know, it's something that I will take to the grave with me as probably one of my biggest accomplishments. I mean, here I am, people ask me what branch of service I was in. I was a Marine, all right? I served my country. I came home, and due to an injury, I was not able to be a Marine anymore. Due to the fact that I just, lost my motivation. And I went through a whole bunch of stuff. You know, and there's not a day that goes by that I regret ever doing what I did. Everything had a purpose. Everything was for a reason. So when things are bad, when things are really, really bad, you have to look to yourself and say, how did I get here? What did I do to put myself in this situation? Once you are able to identify the problems, then you can start fixing them slowly. It takes time. And don't beat yourself up over it anymore. You know, talk to yourself. Tell yourself that, you know what, you screwed up, but you got to make it better. Stay positive. Move forward. Keep striving. You know, I did everything in my power to prevent it from happening, but it still happened. I did everything in my power to climb back out of that hole and to get to where I am today, talking to you guys. That's a little, that's a big accomplishment in my book. So, anyway, I said I'd keep these short. We're already up to 25 minutes. If you were able to stomach this entire video, I praise you. Um, you got to learn a little bit about me. All right. There's obviously more information you'll probably get from me from time to time, but I mean, this is what I am today. I'm hardworking. I'm no nonsense. I'm honest. And if you like that type of person, if you want to hear more from that type of person, let me know. Leave a comment. Leave a video post. Ask me questions. One person had a question about my hat. But let me get my hat. Okay. This hat has a lot of history in it, okay? I went on my wedding anniversary to Vegas, and when we were driving to California to see my daughter who was living down there at the time, I had to pick up a hat because my head was kind of shaved and I had balding in the back and I didn't want to burn myself. So this hat, as you can see, is a Punisher hat. And I got it at a Walmart, and it's dirty and it's all beat up. But you know what? It's my hat, and I love this hat. I gotta wash it, but it is what it is. I gotta fix it there so it's perfect, right? Yeah, whatever. Anyway, um, that's my Punisher hat, and Frank Castle is awesome. Love Marvel comics. Anyway, there's a little tidbit for you. Um, Other people were asking me other questions, and I will get to those in due time. But thank you, all supporters. Tom, thank you again for giving me this opportunity to get more people to listen to me. I don't know why they would want to, but I hope that they like it. It's all I can do. Um, but the world is vast, and I've been to a lot of different countries. I've seen a lot of different things growing up, and nobody's perfect. The sooner you can realize that, the sooner you can grow. You can take those imperfections and fix them as best you can and move forward. That's all you can do. Anyway, peace, love, and harmony, everybody. And oh, to the people that say I'm creepy, fine, I'm creepy, whatever. Okay. People that say I'm fat, you guys are so observant. Thank you so much. To all my trolls out there, keep trolling. To all my lovers out there, keep loving. And you know what? Hate kills. So don't hate people. Give them a helping hand. Help them up. All right? Except for those guys standing at the street corner with a sign. If I see you there every single day, obviously you're not doing anything with the money that you got from the day before to get you out of holding a sign the next day. I'm just, oh man, those guys drive me nuts. I mean, if I can work every day 10 to 12 hours a day to get out of where I'm at, and I'm living in a freaking tent, I guarantee you, you guys could probably do the same thing. I mean, if you can stand there for 8 to 10 hours holding a sign, I guarantee you, you can do it for money. And you may not make as much, but you know what? At least it's an honest living and you're not sitting there begging. Can't stand those guys. Anyway, like I said, peace out. Tom, thanks. Everybody, thanks. And we'll catch you next time on the Big Nate Show. Peace.